Hey everybody, Dan here with Pain for You. Towards and away. We either move towards something or we move away from something. And it's just kind of human nature. You know, some people tend to be the type that are striving to move towards something, and there's a lot of us who tend to try to move away from things. And generally the towards are the things that we are moving towards that we want. The away from is moving away from things that we don't want, like pain or symptoms. And so I guess what I wanted to say here is that if you find yourself constantly being consumed by moving away from the pain, being consumed with avoiding the negative, you're really stuck in a little bit of a fear mode where you're just trying to escape and run away from things that you don't want. And so are you, if you're constantly doing that, you're kind of always looking in the rearview mirror too, right? You're kind of running through the woods looking behind you like, I don't know if that worked, but you know, if you're constantly looking behind you as you're running away from pain, you're probably going to run into a tree or a fence or trip over a log because you're constantly looking behind you. The encouragement here for this video is to become a towards person, right? And throughout all my videos, I will suggest that we shift our focus from the pain which we don't want, which we're trying to escape from and get away from, and shift towards the things we do want, which is going towards something. So by creating this vision of what we want, we're slowly starting to turn around from an away person, where you're trying to escape the bad, which means your focus is all about the bad. And I want you to shift and turn and become more of a towards person and spend the vast majority of the time what you're moving towards and not what you're running away from. And that will help with the brain neuroplasticity. It will help with just creating this vision of the future, which you can aspire to and fall in love with and move towards. And I will absolutely tell you that if you are always trying to escape the horrible, all you're doing is thinking about the horrible, and that will keep that horrible stuff locked in and wired in your brain. So towards and away. Start to become a towards person. And if you're not really sure what I'm talking about, sit down and write out a list of what am I trying to get away from? What am I moving towards? And write those lists out. And by doing so, you're going to start to realize, wow, I spent the past 4 years trying to escape this pain and run away from the pain, and I've done it so much that the only damn thing I've been thinking about is the pain and the symptoms. And so, wow, no wonder they haven't let go, because that's been the most important thing in my life. All I've been doing is thinking about this damn pain and symptoms. Well, and you know, as you look back at my videos on brain science and neuroplasticity, the brain's going to keep wired the things that you put most of your attention towards. Right? So if you're constantly focusing on the crap you don't want, these pains and symptoms, your brain's going to keep them, because every day you're instructing the brain that this is important, so keep it wired. It's really that simple. So if you want to rewire the brain and let go of the pain or the other symptoms, you really want to start focusing on the towards stuff. What am I looking towards? What am I moving forward to? What am I wanting to create in my life, right? Because again, the brain will help you create those things that you place most attention on. And if you want to rewire the brain towards joy and happiness, boy, you darn well better start looking forward and towards those things that bring you joy and happiness. Because if you're constantly looking backwards at all of the things that make you miserable and depressed and sad and angry and at all the things that are wrong with your life, and all you're doing is running away from the pain and suffering, that may be partially why you're still stuck in it, because all you're doing is focusing on the negative stuff. And this isn't positive thinking. This is accurate thinking. That if you want to create something new, you've got to focus on that something new. If you want to create a life without pain, you've got to start envisioning what that life looks like and start to create it. And what's it going to take to get there? It's going to take some emotional discovery, and it's going to take the right mindset. And the right mindset is not looking backwards at all this pain and suffering that you're trying to run away from. You want to turn and look towards the brighter future that you are going to create and that you're actually in the middle of creating. So towards and away, it's a simple concept, and you may find that your personality type and your disposition is, I want to avoid pain. I want to run away from pain. And so as a result, I may not allow myself to get into emotional situations, and I may choose to stay home instead of going out with my friends or go to the families, because I'm trying to avoid and you're running away from the pain, right, as opposed to going towards what you want. And it all kind of plays into, what do you expect? If you expect the best and you move towards that, you're going to have a hell of a lot better chance than if you're constantly expecting the worst and trying to run away from it. Because again, what we focus on tends to grow and magnify, and that has to do with brain science. The brain's going to keep locked those things we put most of our attention towards. So, towards and away. What type of person are you? Comment below. Let me know. Are you a towards person? Are you moving towards the life that you want? Are you building anything new for yourself? Are you creating anything new that's going to bring more smiles and joy and meaning and productivity into your world? Or are you constantly looking behind you as you're running through the woods, tripping over everything, because you're still so focused on getting away from those things that are bad? It's an interesting thought exercise. Are you a towards person, or are you an away person? Invariably, we are in this TMS community because we are away people. We're trying to end the pain. We're trying to get away from the pain and the symptoms. Away, away, away. But that's why so many of my videos, I really suggest, stop caring about the symptoms. They don't matter. Start shifting your attention to what you actually want. I didn't use these terms, but that's essentially telling you, shift from being an away person to being a towards person. And so this will just give you, kind of the model for what I mean by saying shift your focus to what you want and why it matters. So hopefully you get this. And if you would, let me know. Comment below your experience in towards and away. Are you a towards person? I hope you are. And if you've constantly been stuck in the I got to get away from this pain mode, ask yourself if that's really helped you, or has it just kept you kind of stuck thinking about and focusing on and obsessing on the pain too much. So create that vision of the future that you want. Move towards it every day. Baby steps, every little bit. And what you're going to find is that that becomes so much more likely to happen and so much more of a reality for you than if you're constantly saying, I got to end this pain, I got to end this pain, I got to end this pain. If you do that all day long, it's going to stay locked because all you're thinking about is the pain. So, what do you guys think? Please comment below. Share this video if you think somebody else can benefit by it. And this stuff applies regardless of pain. It doesn't matter what you're trying to accomplish. Are you trying to escape something bad, or are you trying to create something new and exciting? So, with that, I'm going to wrap this one up. Under 10 minutes. Wow. Not too talkative on this video. Anyway, guys, love you, and we will talk to you soon.